I talked about my Karen experience, and so they did not have a chance. So Reese and Stella are also gonna have a chance to share their stories later on, and then we're gonna end with Reese's viewpoint on everything that happens today. Nice little recap for you.
Now, Lana, I know that you said you're not into 90s music.
I allegedly said that. Yes.
You said that 5 minutes ago.
You have no proof.
I witnessed.
It wasn't.
Hey,
no, I was a witness.
But it wasn't
I
on
think
the
so.
air. If it's not
Okay.
on the air, then
off record.
yeah, off record.
Anyways.
This is off script, off record.
We're gonna put our differences aside and we're gonna come together. So here's "Come Together" by the Beatles. That was Come Together by the Beatles. So hopefully, actually, okay, our next segment is trivia, but I'm guessing it's not gonna bring us together.
That's not gonna bring us
I
together.
think
That's
it will
gonna
bring
bring
us
us
together, guys.
apart.
No, I think
Stella's optimistic.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
optimistic.
Okay.
I like.
I'm
found
never
some of this trivia,
optimistic.
so I think it will be good.
Okay.
No, I think we can figure this out, guys.
No,
We'll
I'm
come
always
together.
optimistic. You know
We'll
what?
give you
I'll be your
one.
friend.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go back to the 90s theme. We're going to start off some trivia with some 90s.
I don't know anything about the
And-
90s. I wasn't born
Oh yeah,
yet.
do you guys like our bucket hats?
Yes.
I
Shout out
have
to
a
the
backwards
bucket
for those
hat.
listening.
Oh no,
Backwards
wait.
hat.
Stella and I have on bucket hats, and Lana has
Yes.
on
The
a backwards baseball cap.
wait. The
she's looking
illusion
for
is not
something.
complete. Oh dang it.
Well,
I had sunglasses.
You know,
I did see
imagine
those.
that.
I don't know where they went.
Where
yet.
did I
just picture them?
yes.
Okay, never mind.
But we're going to go back to the 90s theme and ready? So what famous grunge band from the 90s got kicked out of their own release party for starting a food fight?
Well, I don't know any 90s bands.
What falls in the category of grunge?
Yeah.
All that like Seattle like wave of the 90s. You know how like there was a bunch of people in the 90s that were like just from Seattle. And like that I feel like is like definitely
Just from
I
Seattle?
actually would love to know, but I like.
Yeah.
There's not even like a thought in my
No?
brain that came.
I don't know
thought?
any 90s bands, let alone 90s grunge,
grunge
well,
bands. Like,
maybe
wait,
the
is the
audience
Beatles
knows.
90s?
So, see,
Beatles
and then
is
I'm gonna
not
say
90s.
something,
The
and then I'm gonna
Beatles
be
is
like,
60s.
Okay, that's what I
yeah,
thought.
on our 90s. Yeah,
Sorry,
my bad,
yeah.
guys.
You listen to the Beatles, but like they're actually 60s in our 90s theme. But
Yes.
like blame Reese. She's
yeah,
the one who picked the
my
songs.
bad. Yeah, no, my bad.
Yes, but let's see if our audience knows so they
Okay.
can
Yeah,
answer.
audience, please
They can
like
comment.
if you
See.
know anything.
Yeah,
you can
educate
comment
us.
on the YouTube stream
Yes.
because I don't know at all. What's a 90s band? What's a 90s band?
What is a 90s band?
Yeah, what?
And specifically who got kicked out of their own release party? It was Nirvana.
Oh,
the biggest 90s bands?
Yeah,
Nirvana.
I feel like I
And,
should have
like,
known that.
I know who. I know
Every
who
single one of them
Nirvana
got kicked
is.
out. Like literally
Yeah.
all three of them was just like for starting a food fight, which is
Kind of
very
iconic though.
chaotic.
Kind of like.
Yes, no. And it was like their biggest album. It was the Nevermind album. That like album. Yeah, it was
That kinda
one.
good.
How do you
is-
start a food fight? That's my question.
I don't know.
don't
They
know.
were
Like,
crazy. So could be anyway.
so Nirvana. I didn't know they were 90s.
Yeah,
Not
they're
gonna
very
lie.
90s.
Yeah, the 90s. Yeah,
But
I didn't know that. I
I
just.
think we're going to go and continue with the music theme, and we're
Okay.
gonna go to the Muppets actually.
The
okay?
Muppets?
I
So,
love the
Let's see.
Muppets.
So
I've
if you know
actually
the
never-
Muppets, you probably will like at least guess this.
Okay, okay.
But
I've never watched.
so-
Lock it in.
what
the
Muppet is
Muppets.
based off Mick Fleetwood?
Oh,
Fleetwood?
oh!
Yeah.
I know what she looks like. She's got like that blonde hair, those big lips. Right?
Piglet?
Am I
Not
right?
Piglet. It's Miss Piggy.
No,
No, it's
I
not
don't
Miss
know.
Piggy.
It's not the pig
Oh,
one.
what's her name? I like know exactly what she looks like. She doesn't have eyes.
Oh. You see,
think
I don't know. I don't know
well,
the Muppets.
Maybe
I don't know the Muppets.
maybe some of the audience knows the Muppets, and they can answer this for us. if
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
But
refresh
Dang,
me.
it's
I was pulling out
actually-
answers for days
Yes.
yesterday. What's wrong with my
I don't
brain
know,
this morning?
but the Muppet is actually Animal, the one who does the drums, and he's like.
Okay, I had that thought, but then I was thinking of
Yeah, Mick
Stevie.
Fleetwood was the drummer. Stevie.
Yeah.
Nicks was
Oh yeah,
probably-
and then
but
you know what? I'm
you
thinking
know-
the album where it's like yeah,
I bet
yeah.
honestly, like it seems like the band of the Muppets kind of was based off Fleetwood Mac. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
this.
yeah.
This is completely my own thing, but
No,
it seems
good
like
theory,
it.
yeah.
Honestly.
Theories for days.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna need to go back to the classics a little bit for this one. But
Classics. Isn't 90s classics?
I mean, to a point. But we need to go like farther back.
Classic.
Yeah,
like
are
now we're
Beatles
thinking the
from the
I know.
60s,
actual
not the
60s,
90s.
70s.
Yes. All right. So we're gonna go and our last trivia question. So let's see if you guys figure this one
Okay,
out.
I'll get one.
is-
I'll get one question right today.
Okay, well,
What
yeah.
band holds the most features on the covers of the Rolling Stone magazine? So
What?
It's got to be a.
So who holds the most features of the cover of
From,
the
like-
Rolling Stone
It can't be Nirvana because we already answered that.
I don't know bands. I'm gonna say the Beatles. That's the only thing in my brain. I'm saying the Beatles. Lock it in. What's the answer?
Lock it in. You
I
know
don't
one?
have an answer. I feel like I'll feel dumb if I do
No?
answer. I'll just, I'll keep my humility today. Or I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Lana's right. And surprisingly, she is.
Oh my gosh,
She guessed it right.
That makes sense, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that magazine did come out later.
Yes.
Or earlier.
Uh-huh. They have 30 on. the-
Dang, good for them.
Yes.
I feel like they're
You
probably,
said
like,
like
the
classic
most
classics,
popular.
and so I was
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
Beatles.
No, that
Yeah,
was
we
a good
just listened to
hint,
Come
yeah.
Together.
But
and-
hey, I guess that's just my life, just coming up with those
Yes.
songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
But you know who also has a life? Billy Joel, and he wrote a song called "My Life." So let's go give it a listen.
Do you have a
I
psychic?
do have a psychic
Honestly?
on speed dial.
What?
And she told me something big was going to happen when I'm 64.
Really?
Yeah.
Of that number. What do you think will happen?
Why that number? That's such a specific
I know. I
number.
had 27 and 64. She was like, those are your big years. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
What do you think you're gonna do?
Maybe
What
you'll go on like this
is it
massive
like a
vacation
good,
with
is
your
it
family.
A good big
It's
thing
just,
or
I
bad?
think it's I don't know. Something to do with my like numbers placement in like astrology.
Interesting.
There was a lot of info to take in. But anyways, with that being said, here's When I'm 64 by the Beatles.
Mhm.
Okay.
Are we good?
Into some movies, I think, for the 90s.
I
Okay.
love movies.
Which-
That's why I'm in this
90s
class.
Yes, I love movies too. But I think that we need to talk about like some movies that like it got remade, but it was really originally in the 90s, like It, like the
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
by Stephen
yeah.
King. Like
I've
that.
never seen
You've
it.
never seen It?
I have
with, like,
never
Tiny
seen
House
it.
and the Balloons?
I know what it is, but I've never seen it. You see, I'm just not a horror person.
Yes, but that one's
Like,
so,
is that horror
one's,
or,
that
like,
was
thriller?
really well done. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
like
the
that
90s
remake.
one was like,
Mhm.
to be honest, the 90s one probably followed the book more, but then like
Yeah,
the newer ones like didn't. But I felt like they had like a better feeling to them.
yeah.
Like,
I think it
less
helps
stale.
with like you can like I feel like that was when like casts started like
Yeah.
blowing up because
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
Insta
I
taking
agree.
off and like the
Uh-huh.
lives and everything.
Mhm.
So I feel like that connection was good for like the
Yes.
fan base.
Uh huh.
I've certainly, in terms of like the whole horror genre, especially in older movies, I really am fascinated with like the mechanics of it. I don't know if
Yeah.
like
That makes sense.
horror is
'cause,
my
yeah,
thing,
they
but
had
it's
to do
like
so
Yeah.
much
because there's
more.
like I've looked a lot into like the technical aspects of it, so I like kind of know what it is.
Yeah.
But cause like there was a lot just like getting that horror aspect, because usually in something where you're trying to incite fear, you don't want to show the monster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because
right
it's
away.
like thriller and stuff like that, and especially in the 90s, they did not show him,
Right.
like, except for like they showed him in like the second part, like when they were like adults, like and stuff like that. But then when they were kids, they didn't.
It was
really
more of like
see
a
him.
figure.
Yeah, and like he like messed with them and stuff like that.
Because it's always your imagination will be worse. Or, like, your imagination comes up with something way worse than what you can ever show on screen.
That book is messed up.
No, that book.
I
is
didn't even
crazy.
know that
I
was
read
a
the
book.
I
book.
read the book and I was
It's
like,
like 1,000 pages. It's crazy.
I didn't know
Yeah.
there was a book.
That book came out like in the had to be in like the
yeah, I was
Ish.
pretty. Yeah, he wrote it with his son too, and I was like,
yeah. That book is crazy. But
intense. Yeah.
I think also like a big director at that time was Quentin Tarantino, like especially in the
Yeah.
90s. Like I feel like he got like his flow down in the 90s, and like especially his first movie came out and it was Reservoir Dogs, and that movie was like really good. But you could just tell the rawness of it.
Yeah.
Like you could tell like that it was just his first movie and stuff like that. But recently, like actually like just last weekend, I watched his first movie that he like he wrote basically, but he didn't direct it. And it was so
That's always
weird.
interesting.
It was the movie True Romance, and it had it had the guy who from Heathers. Like, have you guys watched? Heathers?
No.
J.D. Christian.
Yeah, Christian Slater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was the main guy, and it was really interesting because there was like actually a bunch of people in it and stuff like that, and it was
Yeah.
good. But like that he wouldn't like have gotten all those actors.
It's
if
so
it
funny to
wasn't.
see, how like the beginning actors with beginning people and how
Yeah,
like far they like,
exactly.
blew off.
And even what's weird is that like Quentin Tarantino had like a different ending for the movie, which
Yeah.
I found out about and like was like super interested in that.
I'm
like,
always excited to see directors
like how they thought of
spins
it.
and turns and
exactly.
how they interpret it.
It's weird when like there's like a writer and then a director because I
Yeah,
feel like
'cause
they can
need
like
to.
not have the same idea.
I agree.
Like,
Certainly. Actually, the person who does the script writing has the least amount of power over what
Yeah.
happens with the movie.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's so
because you
weird.
think it's
when
like
you're
it's
writing-
their creation in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
Like
But
you're
you,
making
like,
their
if you're
movie.
a director, you like bring it to life and like sometimes like the people doing it just don't. It doesn't like feel natural for like the right ending.
But like you can look at scripts. So like, well, I'm obsessed with The Flash, so I have like a copy of the pilot episode, and you can look at that, and like there's a lot of things that aren't the same. A lot of
Yeah.
things that are different. Whether
Yeah.
that's like actors, directors, stuff that just happened on set, and it's like we feel like this instead, or if it was like we looked at that, we don't like it, we're gonna change it. But like a lot that happens a lot, and I find that really interesting.
It
Yeah,
is,
no.
yeah.
It is interesting, and like just like finding all those big like actors from the 90s. Like there's so many actors that like now like everybody knows from the 90s, like Leonardo DiCaprio and like Brad Pitt. Like there was like Fight Club at that time, like Interview
Yeah.
with the Vampire.
I
all
think
those.
90s had some of the most iconic movies.
Honestly, yeah, because
Yeah.
like everybody knows. Like I feel like everybody knows Fight Club. Lana, do you know Fight Club?
Yes, I know
Yes.
Fight Club.
Look at that. Everybody
even
knows
Lana
Fight
knows.
Club. Okay,
Mhm.
so like.
But you
this
don't
kid-
talk about it.
No, nobody talks.
You
about
don't
it.
talk
about
about
Fight
Fight
Club.
Club.
No. But I just think that it's just like so interesting, like how they're like dressed, even like cause like those like movies have such like raw material with like dressing. Like I remember like in it was Fight Club that when Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were together, like Jennifer Aniston was like, "Ooh, I like how you're dressed. You should like wear your costume like all around
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like become that character." Like I thought that was.
I feel like a lot of 90s trends are coming back.
Yeah, honestly, like the bucket hats.
Yeah. My cousin has so many bucket hats.
Yeah.
I feel like especially like summer of like quarantine,
Yes.
like I was
Mhm.
everywhere.
Yeah,
People
it
had on
was.
bucket hats.
So, like
Yeah, the mom jeans, that's a 90s thing, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
was
that's like an 80s, 90s.
80s,
Yeah.
90s, yeah.
But like
Mhm.
the fashion statements, like I remember like in the winter, like I like feel like I like have like a 90s style enough at least. Like you get like this, like, especially like you get like some of like the sweaters or something like that.
Yeah.
Like and you're like, oh yeah.
I feel like Fax Fur
Yeah.
was really big
Uh-huh.
in the 90s.
Flannels were big.
Plaid was
Yes.
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have that weird hip hop style, which is just like baggy everything.
You know what?
Yeah.
Tracksuits, I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, like, some people can pull it
Yeah.
off, some people
Well,
can't,
yeah,
you know
I feel
what I
like
mean?
tracksuits like in the 2000s like turned into like some like mom clothes. Like you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like,
You either look like camp or you look like Sue Sylvester.
yeah.
So-
Exactly. But you know who actually probably did pull off some tracksuits, and I bet they probably have worn. I'm not sure, but I bet Elton John probably pulled off some.
I could see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and those big colored sunglasses.
Mhm.
Those are big
Yes.
90s things too. Yeah.
Wait,
Exactly.
sunglasses? I got sunglasses. 90s
Yes.
style right here.
All right, so we're gonna go to Elton John, and this is Benny and the Jets.
You know, that was a cool song, and but I wouldn't say it's my favorite song. You see, I really get obsessed with songs like when I first hear them, and like I have a favorite song right now, and it's you'll hear it tomorrow when I host my radio show. It's by Sleeping At Last, of course. It's called Masquerade, and like it just came out like last year or whatever. So like yeah, I'm really into that newer music. Whenever something new releases from an artist, I heckin' love it.
That's actually surprising because new music is like weirdly dying out almost.
Wait, really?
Not like dying out because new music is being produced, but like on the charts, like old music is still like dominating.
I have been in an old music. Me and my friend Kylie have been in an old music phase. Like, we just made a playlist and it's got like it's mostly like the Beatles and like Billy Joel and
No, because like that's the thing. Like most of the time, like if I'm doing something, if like there's music on at my like dad's house or like even at my mom's, like it's like it's basically just like old music. Like I'm not listening to like new music and stuff, but like I think that's what's like messing with things. And like having like streaming services is probably like
that's always interesting. I wonder because like the band members in a lot of not old bands, but like have obviously even old bands have passed. Like where does the money go?
Well,
is always my question.
Because there was that big trending topic about Elvis's daughter dying because like Elvis like had a bunch of money and then like once he died it went to his daughter and then like
I did hear about
where
that.
did her daughter put it? Or his daughter.
His daughter then like passed, but then his like ex-wife like Priscilla like wanted some of the money, but then like it was like a mess.
Oh,
like that was crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But like trending topics, that one's not a trending topic, but the fact that now like the trending topic that old music is kind of killing new music, I just
feel
find
like a lot of the new music is just starting to sound the same.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Like there's just like repetitions and like you'll get a good song and then it will like spike, but then like
and then a lot of things like with the radio when it's like a song is good, it's so overplayed.
Yeah,
that
it's
I'm
so
like,
overplayed.
I can't
like
anymore.
I remember like that one year that there was like that Harry Styles song out.
Oh, Watermelon Sugar. It played like every 5 minutes.
Like literally like every other song you're like, okay, I understand this is by Harry Styles. Like you can't play like a Harry Styles like montage or something like that if you really like it.
Well, his first album's my favorite.
Yeah.
But they did play that.
No, like I like one song that's like it's called like it's not called Tangerine, but it might be called Tangerine or something like that.
What is it with all the fruits? What
I
the
think
heck?
it's called like Kiwi.
Oh, Kiwi's so
that's
good.
That's such a good song. Like my sister showed it to me, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's from his first album. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. So then, like I like that one too. Because I'm not like a massive fan, but I will say that it will be pretty good. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, if I don't know, I kind of doubt it because that's not on my playlist. But I guess it is on Reese's playlist. This older music. So I guess we should just listen to more. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Billy Joel, which is coming next. So Only the Good Die Young. Let's give it a listen. See if it's better or worse than new music.
Yeah.
Billy Joel. Now, speaking of young, I love young celebrity drama. And I know that's toxic and I know that's bad, but messy stuff that doesn't involve me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to know. Like, are you guys on messy TikTok?
No.
I'm not on TikTok at all.
It's the place to be. Okay, so speaking of messiness, because this 90s Scandals is messy.
Okay.
Which, speaking of 90s Scandals, I searched up 90s Scandals because I was like, let me see what. Some of the stuff is so messed up. I was like,
I'm sure.
oh. Okay, so.
I mean, like what Stella said earlier was like 90s. Was it scandalous?
Yeah,
it was.
A scandalous time. Okay, so Julia Roberts, we all know her as, this big rom-com sweetheart. I mean, what is the 90s without Julia Roberts? So, she was dating. She met her co-star, Kiefer Sutherland. I should probably learn how to pronounce that.
On what? Do you know what it was on?
Yeah, Flatliners, the movie. It came out in 1990. And they started filming in 1989, met in 1989. The movie came out in 1990, and then they had a wedding planned for June 14, 1991. So like, oh, cute, like young love. They had it was gonna be a small wedding, 150 guests, all A-list celebrities, and then like family, which like, ow.
Gotta get the paparazzi.
Yeah. Right. So then, they're gonna tie the knot, and then 3 days before, she was spotted moving out of his home in the Beverly Hills, which is like, okay, like, like maybe it wasn't the one. Yeah. She went to Ireland with his best friend.
What?
She literally.
That's so bad.
Talk about cheating.
Talk about best friend. Oh, like, okay, not only did your girl, like, mess you up, your bestie?
No, for real, because, like, that's
Ireland.
Ireland?
Like, who was his...
Actually, I like Ireland.
Was his bestie anybody? Like,
so his best friend was also an actor.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously, like, 90s, I feel like they all kind of mixed.
Yeah, they all
So it was Jason Patrick, and they were both in, like, more action towards films, but they did end up, like, having some films together. Because they let on Flatliners, and obviously if that's his best friend, like, they're hanging out. So, yeah. She was in Ireland for a while, and then I think like a couple months. Yeah,
so
I know.
random.
And then when they came back to the States, they like came out as a couple. And then, okay, homegirl did all of this just to not end up with either of them, and for the besties to be besties again, like they're friends.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I guess like Hollywood drama is different, and everything is like weird and stuff like that. But I don't know.
And then the crazy thing is Julia Roberts in 1999 started a movie called The Runaway Bride, where she literally did basically what she did in real life in the movie.
That's crazy.
What the heck?
I think really a wedding song that should have been played at their wedding should have been like some Billy Joel again.
Oh my gosh, on the piano?
Exactly, on the piano.
It has to be on the piano, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the next song is Piano Man. And by Billy Joel. Let's give it a listen. I actually really like this song.
Yes.
I love it.
All right, that was Piano Man by Billy Joel.
Man, heckin' love that song, but I will
I
say
think it's a good wrap up.
my viewpoint is that it is hard to learn on the piano, man.
Have you tried?
Yes. Yeah, I
I
play the
feel
piano. I was supposed to, I just never
Nice.
practiced. But
I don't trust the people who don't like that song. Like literally.
Good.
Like
Good way to judge someone, honestly.
yeah, honestly, be like, go up to them, be like, "Hi, do you like Piano Man?"
Important question.
Red
Actually,
flag
life or
if you
death
don't.
question.
Yeah, for real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what's your viewpoint on everything? This is your show. What's up?
I mean, it was my idea, so obviously I like my idea.
But you chose songs that weren't even
okay,
90s.
I said I have I was like, guys, I have an oldie moldies playlist, and they were like, you can't use oldie moldies, like that's offensive. And I was like, yeah.
We don't mean it offensively.
Not
That's
offensively,
the
not
thing. We
offensively,
don't
my bad,
mean
my
it
It's like
offensively.
90s and above. Like you go like
Yeah.
Oh,
My producer,
wow.
Just
yeah, he
yells
just said,
rude.
yeah, just rude.
That's rude.
Actually, aging is so beautiful. Let's all appreciate aging.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's the beautiful, like,
One day, the songs we listen to will be called oldie.
that's
so
gonna be
weird.
crazy.
You get some
It's
like
good.
I don't know.
Scary. I love 90s Scandals. That was interesting. The trivia was good.
Yes. Gotta learn more about Nirvana and their
Yeah.
chaoticness.
Or just like
Mhm.
90s in general. I don't know anything about 90s
Yes.
anything.
Yeah, fashion. I feel
got
like a
Brad Pitt.
fashion thing that I would like to come back is those fur coats.
Yeah.
They
Then
look
people are
really
gonna, like,
comfy. They
Dump
look
like juice on you.
Huge, big, real fluffy.
Yeah.
I'm into
Cruella
it.
DeVille.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Don't steal off dogs.
yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think they should come back.
Yeah. I mean that's a fashion statement.
Oh, it's
For real.
definitely a fashion
Like,
statement.
Is.
You're gonna
Yeah.
need some like hardcore like that.
Wait, one of my youth leaders has a big fur coat, and it is the best. She looks like she's from the Russian mafia. Like,
See, it's camp.
Exactly.
It's camp and it's good.
all right, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, we talked a lot today. We're gonna talk a lot tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day. So come in, listen at 8:30. Let's hope we start on time. But technical issues happen, and yeah, we're gonna have alternative indie. I didn't know I liked alternative indie, but we're gonna have that tomorrow. And yeah,
I think you need to stay tuned in. I think news starts soon.
yeah,
Yep.
news starts soon.
So we need to
Thank you to
continue
Blythe
what's happening.
for sponsoring this
Yep.
episode. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for
our
the jacket,
Letterman
too.
jackets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
we love those.
Let's